I think we're actually burying the lead. Hey, OC, how did you know that Parsons was going to be able to rush the passer as well as he did? You're the only person I've ever seen to ever say that Micah Parsons could be a put his hand down guy. So I need that question answered.
The OC.
And boss, show me. Man, we heard Bryan Broaddus' voice. We getting ready to hear it again. Ooh, he let the tea out yesterday. We gonna talk about it. Oh my!
Like, we must have got a guard. That's the only thing that would have made him do that. That's it.
He know.
He know. Cause he been watching Twitter, man.
Listen, y'all should know if I'm coming out midday, it's real. Everybody should know that. So y'all sit back, man. I don't disappoint with midday shows. Trust me, I'm not capping.
My reefer with Henny and Coke. Please don't be stingy, got plenty to smoke. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I live. Seem like they doing the most for the clout. Did what I said so they know what I'm about. Show up and act up and back to the crib. I do not stun, I just rap what I
Let's go!
Boss, show me.
Oh man, I love that new name. Cause that's what I do. For real. Boy, the off season. Jerry wasn't lying, man. But I'm gonna bring balance.
Shot it. Fight for. See, that's how to go out. Don't go out, just sit back. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna take Matthew Golden. No, fight for. You want it physical. You said you want it physical. Fight for it.
I'm talking about. I'm coming midday, boy. And tonight I'm gonna be doing more film. More film sessions coming tonight.
Oh my God!
Somebody else said
It's
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
So interesting times. We got to talk about Pickens. We got to talk about this Pickens, man. This Pickens stuff is so interesting. Let me give y'all this ad too. Oh man, let's go. So first, go for a Hail Mary in your sleeper picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS and Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly. And also, I want to kind of put you on some game. Sleeper Pick is a mobile-focused daily fantasy sports platform where you create entries by predicting if players will get more or less than their projected stats. So they make it kind of real cut and dry. They've also launched team picks, and you can choose winners of each game, even basketball, right now. So you still got a chance. All right. So Bryan Broaddus said some stuff yesterday, and maybe you caught it, maybe you didn't. I definitely do a lot of toloing myself. Yeah, I turn it on, leave it on. Well, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I turn it off. I do. But G-Bag is something I definitely keep my ear to the ground. I do also listen pretty faithfully to Sean and RJ show. I think they do a good job. So, I think the interviews are good. And I think sometimes, the fights are good, because I believe fights are healthy, So I want to get right into this, and we go just kind of fight through it. I was going to make this a video, but it's so many receipts on this. This would have been a very long video. So on something like this, it's like, you gotta go ahead and go live. So let me go ahead and give y'all the stuff, the receipts. Stop teasing. Y'all give me 1 second to pull it up. Let me get rid of some of this other stuff I got up in here too, man. I got too much stuff. You know, that'll slow down the show. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure the stream flowing right. Give me 1 second, man. Let me pull up. All right, we got it right here. Right. It's here, man. I'm just tripping. I'm just gonna play. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, hold on. Y'all give me 1 second, man. Here it is. God dog, boy. All right, let's go.
Really, he got better as the season wore along. So, I hope he just has the same hunger he had going into last season.
All right, let me ask you guys this. Why do you think the George Pickens news came out this weekend?
Why did the George Pickens news come out this weekend? Listen.
They're throwing chum in the water for the combine.
God damn. Now, somebody told y'all the same thing. Somebody did a show the day that broke. It said that it's about them. Jerry basically leaked that. Somebody did a show on that. Yeah. And it's how it works. And this is what I'm going to tell y'all. When people trying to tell you how it works, especially when Jerry himself tells you himself, I use the media, we have to pay attention. In my opinion, it's bad for us to get so caught up in any pick or pet cat, whether it be Dak Pickens, Diggs, Micah, anybody that might be your favorite, to where we just put our head in the sand and refuse to kind of look at it for what it is. I'm also talk about the fact that this is good and this is what you want Jerry to do. Yeah. This is actually, now, do you want him to necessarily do it in the public? No. But do you want Jerry to get options in case? Absolutely. You have to. Listen to me, y'all. You have to if you Jerry. You are going against a Titan. Let's be honest and clear. Jerry is going against a Titan. You cannot go to the negotiation table basically saying whatever check you want me to write, I'm going to write it. You can't do that. Because if you come to a Titan like that, he's going to bend your team over. Okay? So I don't like the fact that the Cowboys are public about this, but I also understand the leverage play that he's doing to, first of all, to try to get interest and real interest for Pickens, because Pickens is not guaranteed, especially because of who represents him. David Mulugeta represents him. So that makes Pickens not guaranteed. And Dallas Cowboy Nation, you have to prepare for that. You have to think about that. And Jerry and them do have to have contingency plans. They have to. So let me keep playing because Bryan continued to cook. Listen.
To get trade discussion going?
Yeah, I think
Really?
so. I think we've got the combine, what, Chief, you said 14 days?
Yep.
In 2 weeks, what you're doing is they're about to drive that bus from San Francisco or Santa Clara all the way up to Indianapolis. And the Joneses are going to do business on that bus. Agents are going to come on. There's going to be all kinds of tampering going on. General managers are going to be on that bus. Coaches are going to be on that bus. If they're serious, I think they're right now, they're trying to put it out there to see where people are.
Yeah. See, that's really interesting. I hadn't thought about that yet.
Yes. Yep. Now, Let me show you. Jerry says that. Okay. Listen, this is a part of how Jerry negotiates. Listen.
Jerry, I'm going to ask you for a negotiating lesson here, because a lot of times you've said they need to call us, or you don't want to pick up the phone first. Why is that so important for many of the trades in your philosophy? And do you apply that to other negotiations in life? Do you really feel like you're giving away that much leverage if you pick up the phone first?
Yes. I can do that real quick. Yes. But really, I'm calling. I use you to call.
Bam. I use you to call. Somebody said I'm having sound issues. Am I having sound issues, or y'all having issues? But he said I use you to call. Yeah. So when he's trying to get his phone to ring, one of the things he's going to do is he's going to go to the media. Just like they did last year to Micah. They did it the last year to Micah. During the Super Bowl, with a heavy presence, everybody's eyes is on the Super Bowl. Everybody's eyes is on football. That's when they leaked out that they was having internal discussions about trading Micah Parsons. They said it the week of the Super Bowl. They said it actually the day of the Super Bowl. They did the exact same thing to Pickens this year. But yet people would say Boss is capping. They would say Bryan Broaddus is capping. They would even say Ian is capping. Like they just did it for publicity. No, sir. No, this is the part of the offseason that's ugly. It's sausage making. This is where the two men, Jerry and David, are gearing up for the fight. Okay? No, it's good. He said, my bad. It must have been my phone. It's cool. Appreciate you letting me know, because if I had sound issues, I wouldn't have known. I appreciate that. So I need y'all input. Just FYI, I appreciate that, brother. But what's going on is the fight. This is not a fight of Pickens and Jerry. This is not. Jerry wants Pickens. Jerry wanted Micah. But Jerry knows he's going against a guy that is known for maxing out contracts. And even worse, David doesn't max out contracts. He a lot of times greatly surpasses contracts to where it gets ridiculous. Like, dog, like most agents just want to barely surpass the previous guy. David don't do that. Go look at the Stingley deal. When he got Stingley deal done, his average per year was $5 million higher than the previous corner. That's unheard of. He bent the Texans over and didn't have to, because most agents want to just surpass the previous person because that allows them to recruit. Right? They able to say, hey, I set the market. If you come under me, I set the market. I'm going to get you every dime. And they want those headlines of, like if I'm an agent and I'm trying to recruit top talent, I'm going to invite you to my office and I'm going to have nothing but newspapers around me and around my desk showing different players, and all of it saying record-breaking contract. That's all I need, right? So that's why agents usually fight to just surpass the previous agent or the previous contract. Sometimes, irregardless of talent difference, it's sometimes just timing difference. So I'm explaining this so we can understand and we can listen to and understand that where Bryan Broaddus is coming from, where I was coming from when I was saying this is coming from Jerry. And we also got to look at it and realize that this is necessary. Let me cut the music and say that again. This is necessary. This is necessary. You can't go up against David Mulugata with no leverage. You better go to David and say, hey, listen, we can handle this like some gentlemen, like we got some class, or we can get into some gangster. That's what you got to do with David, y'all. Yeah. Boss, Jerry need to stop playing and just write the check. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. My question is, are we Dallas Cowboy fans? Are we Micah Parsons fans? Are we George Pickens fans? Are we Dak Prescott fans? You know. So we gotta have a balance. Like, real talk.
I have to lose all the brain cells in my head before I forget something as fine as you.
Does everyone need an audition to get with you?
You ain't gotta go through all that shit.
Then I choose you.
Be cool, baby.
Hey, bitch, come here. Got your motherfucking man, come here.
Mr. Pretty Tony, I mean, you know the rules of the game. I mean, your bitch just chose me. Now we can settle this like you got some class, so we can get into some gangster shit.
You shade tree.
That's what Jerry's saying. We can handle this like some gentlemen, like we got some class.
Now we can settle this like you got some class, so we can get into some gangster shit.
That's what Jerry said. We can handle this like we like some gentlemen, like we got some class, or I'm gonna have to pull out my options. Yeah, and we not the only team that do this. Just FYI, we not. My brother said we not. I'm gonna tell you the thing that we do that's different than other teams. We negotiate through the public. That's what's different. But a lot of people, a lot of owners play this dirty game. Like for real. Like for real. A lot of owners. We just the only ones that. This is why my boy Dex Flash 5. This is why I call us the Kardashians, bro. Right? Cause like the Kardashians, they are rich because they put everything on camera that most of us would keep private. You feel me? And because they willing to expose and show the soap opera and drama of a dad going through kind of like, you know, transformation from a man to a woman, and you put that on camera, you show all your divorces, you show all the drama, that's Dallas, you know. So we put the cameras on all our drama, and that's what make us different. But a lot of teams, especially with these billionaires, bro, they take these negotiations personal. Negotiations and winning contract deals supposed to be where they are the shit, right? That's where they supposed to be like the best and the cream of the crop and the best in the world. So when it comes to negotiations, every one of these owners take this extremely personal. This is their Super Bowl. Real talk. My boss said, can I be honest? Always. All right, so let me keep going and let them keep going. Listen.
But I was thinking this is probably a sign that the sides are far apart, and maybe they exchanged a phone call or a couple of messages. And
see, that part didn't happen. According to a lot of reports, at this time, Jerry has not, according to a lot of reports, reached out to David. This is the preliminary stage to where they set in the table. So listen,
David Mulligetta has a track record now of having adversarial negotiations.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry said at the press conference to trade Micah, this isn't going to impact future negotiations from his perspective. But I think Mulligetta now has momentum getting his client what he wants. And he also has established history of asking for significantly more money than we could possibly imagine.
Oh, hey.
Take it easy on my back.
To get 45? Yeah. Like, so if you are Mulligetta right now and you're talking to George Pickens, the top of the market's 40, CD's at 35. I'm thinking at least we want 37 and a half. Cap's gone up. It's been 24 months since CD Lamb got his contract. Once we get to training camp, I think 37 and a half, Cowboys. 40. And the Cowboys are like, that makes sense that they could say, okay, if that's what you want to do, we're going to go tag and try to trade you.
I think they're set. I think they're throwing the chum in the water, and they want.
I agree with Bryan Broaddus. I think this is all chum, straight chum. So chum is bait because none of us know what these end numbers are gonna be, right? But they have to. What Jerry's doing is in my opinion, he's recruiting leverage to himself. He cannot go to David empty-handed. He has to have an option. He has to have a, hey man, listen, you go work with me or not, or we go play the same game we did with Micah, or we go get gangster. How we gonna handle this? Are we gonna handle this like some class?
Pretty Tony, I mean, you know the rules of the game. I mean, your bitch just chose me. Now we can settle this like you got some class, so we can get into some gangster shit.
See, this is what Jerry tried to say. We go handle this like we got some class.
Now we can settle this like you got some class.
Listen,
people to pick up the phone and start calling, and they'll get to Indianapolis and they'll have meetings over beers and stuff like that, and George Pickens' name will be discussed quite a bit.
And that's probably part of the reason why Jay Glazer just gave us a big pause of I don't know how this is going to shake out.
Yeah, because it could go in so many different ways. This thing could go south in the negotiations. Like, I believe the Cowboys.
Man, Tyrone Church, I'm so glad you said this. This is why I love y'all. Y'all are the smartest mofos in the damn world. Hey, man, you perfectly bridged this. This is perfect. Let me show my brother comment, and I gotta talk about this. All right. My brother just asked, the question is, how is David going to handle this? Man, that's the question, bro. Clap it up for my boy Tyrone Church. This is why that question by Tyrone Church is so important, because see, David, let me just be honest with you. David honestly needed to meet somebody a little bit crazy. You're a rest haven for hoes. Hey, everybody don't know about that movie. That movie, The Mac. That movie, crazy dope. All right. Man, I forgot what I was finna say. Talking about David go handle this. Oh, I remember now. Now listen to me, y'all. Listen. It was goofy what Jerry did with Micah. I'm a die on that, right? I don't like how he handled it. I don't. Because when Michael walked away, he could have talked to David, right? But this is the good part about him being crazy in that Micah situation, right? Now David know, man, that Jerry is crazy. Like, that does kind of equalize the playing field a little bit. It's like, I know I'm dealing with a fool. So please, do y'all understand what I'm saying on that? Like, Jerry being willing to let go of Micah, like, he let him know if Jerry will blow this whole thing up. And that's good. That's good for David to know, because that means he likely not gonna come in as aggressive. Now he might be gangster like that. All right. But listen, and they was noticing, they was saying, none of us know how this go. We don't, because of like what Tyrone Church said, we don't know how David is gonna handle this. Like, for real, what if David go in there and try to bend the Cowboys over? Are y'all saying write a blank check? Nah, I want to hear y'all though. I want to, for all the people, man, I don't want to hear no trade offers. I don't think we should even entertain trade offers. I don't like the thought of us. Well, what other options do we have? Do we just go in there and say, hey man, just shit, like whatever you want. Whatever you want. Yeah, well, yeah. You go to David and say whatever you want. And see, I was listening to the Vach. I'm gonna play this. Listen to this. Listen.
Now we're gonna talk about the Pickens thing. As far as the Cowboys are potentially thinking about tagging and trading Pickens, I think about it too. I think about it too. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody calls you with a ridiculous offer, if Vegas called you with a 1 and Max Crosby because Pickens is a wide receiver 1 with no injury history and he's 25 years old or something like that, then you know they may think of Pickens highly in that way, and there may be a trade that excites you a little bit. But for the most part,
I gotta get this full effect. The responsibility of what he said was so freaking amazing. Like the common sense of what he just said is like, bro. Now, if you go read the comments, it's a lot of people took offense to what he said. Did y'all really hear what Vosh just said? Did y'all really listen to what he just said? Or did we get emotional because we in love with Pickens? Did you hear? It was literally nothing wrong with what Vosh said. He said, you should be open to entertain offers. You should. You gotta have something that backs up David. 1. 2, like Vosh said, what if somebody blow you out the water? What if somebody, like, did you hear what Vosh said as a potential proposal, which is realistic? That's realistic what he said. Let me slow down because he might have been talking over a lot of people's head. Did y'all hear what he said? Damn, I need that button he got. He said, what if you getting Crosby with a player swap with Pickens, and they might be willing to give you a 1 with Crosby? Oh, so we not interested in that. We don't want, you get a 1 and you get Crosby. Oh, we not interested in that. I'm very interested in that. And I was looking at his comments and I was shocked because a lot of people was like, why do we get worse on purpose? This is actually not worse on purpose. Shit, this is better. Your team is better now. Your defense goes from 32nd to top 15. What you talking about? Your offense goes from number 1 to maybe 4 with no changes. And people got mad. People got mad. I was looking at the comments. I was like, people's like, I can't believe Voch is saying that we should be open to. He right. He right. We should be open. This is not the Pickens boys. This is not the Micah boys. This is the Cowboys. That's a good deal. Do we recognize? We don't recognize that's a good deal. Unless his knee really messed up, that's a damn good deal. For them to give you, and I'm gonna show you why I wouldn't trip at that deal. A lot of people might not understand why I'm so cool and open about trading them. Why am I so relaxed when some other people might be in a panic? I'm gonna show you. Okay, I'm gonna show you. So this is me from 2018, where I was doing research on wide receiver 1. And the reason why I was doing research on wide receiver 1 because it was already starting to appear that we was going to move on from Dez. So I want to make sure that we made the transition the right way. So I started researching heavily first round receivers and first round receiver history, and I noticed a trend. And I said teams that draft number 1 receivers usually struggle to get that draft dominant or that pick. And I looked at all the, recent receivers at that time that was drafted to be what I called heroes. Okay. Most of them failed. But then I said, now compare the disciple approach, which is receivers are targeted in the first round to shadow a former All-Pro until they are ready to take the mantle. And I showed the success rate was amazing. So Cruz came from Odell Beckham, or Odell Beckham came from Cruz. Moss came from Carter. Cooper came from Crabtree. Hopkins came from Andre Johnson. Aguilar came from Jeffries. That one didn't work out as well. Tavon Austin was before Dez. San Fran did it for years with J.J. Stokes, Jerry Rice, T.O., Harrison to Reggie, Julio. And I started looking. I was like, bruh, it looked pretty obvious that if you get and you draft a receiver, one of the top receivers, and put him under of All-Pro, they cut their teeth into the league until they ready to move on. We actually did that with Amari, and it worked perfectly. We put CeeDee Lamb under Amari. We allowed Amari to be the number 1 for a couple of years, and then we moved on from Amari, and CeeDee Lamb assumed the role and the mantle of the new number 1 with no problem. We saw Atlanta do it with Roddy White to Julio, and then Julio went from Julio to Calvin Ridley. No problem. I mean, it's a long history that if you get a receiver, a quality receiver, now is this 100%? No, but the chances go way up when you draft weapons and you put them under existing established dogs. There's a long track of this working. A long track record. Even with Jefferson, who was he discipled by? People forgot he was discipled by Adam Thielen. And then after Adam, he moved on, Jefferson took the mantle. No problem. So I'm not in a panic like a lot of people. We can. Why would we get worse on purpose, boss? Why? Vach, why would you say that, Vach? I used to support you. Vach, what would you say? We should be open, Vach. I can't believe Vach. I think Vach has changed. I think he's become a sellout. I think he works for .com now. He's working for the man. Hell nah. Vach kept it real. Because he's actually supporting the Dallas Cowboys. He's not the Pickens boys. Somebody say Harrison and Wayne. Man, it's a long history of disciples working. Great. That's why I'm not in no panic. I ain't over here panicking. It's like, bro, I'm showing y'all that I've been looking at this for over damn 8 years. I first started studying this in 2018. I got all kind of receipts on this, y'all. Yeah, I'm talking about I've been digging into this a while. Look at this one. This is April 1st, 2018. I said, with the obvious major interest in first round graded receivers by Dallas, I look deep into history. There's a chance that Dallas executives have grown tired of Dez. That ended up being true. And could be looking for a new 88 super splash for this rare draft at AT&T Stadium. So without reading it, all of it, I ain't gonna read all of that, but I showed again the difference between wide receivers that was drafted to be heroes or drafted to be number ones, and you can see most of them failed. Corey Davis almost had 2,000 yards, failed. Treadwell failed. Corey Coleman failed. Kevin White failed. Rashad Perriman, yeah, he actually was dope, but then he failed. That was kind of off the field, you know. Sammy Watkins, success then failure, mostly failure, right? But if you again like drafted to be disciples, like so, this is basically I'm showing you proof. I've always been a person of receipts and evidence. So I'm showing you proof that, in my opinion, we are panicking. Somebody asked me, well, what's the difference between this and Micah? I think that's a fair question. What's the difference between the chances of you finding a Micah? We talking about 0.001%. The chances of you finding a quality number 2 is very high. So, and on top of that, your offense is already dope. Your offense was, every time we was talking about wide receiver 2, we was more so thinking about insurance for CeeDee Lamb. Think about what I just said. We was more so thinking about what if CeeDee Lamb go down. That's what we used to say. That used to be the top argument for wide receiver 2. Because we knew the offense ran through CeeDee Lamb. Now done switched to where we over here like, we can't even be an offense without Pickens. No, yes, you actually can. You can be a dope ass offense actually without Pickens. You can. You still can. Do what I want them? Yes. But what do we actually need more than anything? Need defense. So y'all better go listen to what Vosh said. Yeah, open up your ears really to what he really said. You know, we got I understand because this is emotional. Listen, the off season is emotional. We go develop pet cats. Now hear what I'm saying. All of us go get some pet cats. It's gonna happen. Perfect example, Durante Jones. He became a major pet cat, right? But what I had to be careful of, because I've been doing this a while, is that when you really bought into your research and you really bought into what you believe, you still got to make sure you don't put your heart into that, because it can go in a different direction. 1. 2, you can close yourself off from other options that could be just as good or better, right? So I wanted Durante. We ended up getting Christian Parker, right? So emotionally, I felt it, but I had to chill and say, okay, let me also research Christian Parker more and see if there's some things here and boxes that's unchecked that I just didn't see. You know, that way I didn't just lose it over my pet cat coach getting away. You see what I'm saying? See, that's happening with Pickens right now. It's a lot of people in the offseason that was very emotionally attached to us solving the problem of wide receiver 2. Not only was wide receiver 2 solved, it was epically solved and looked beautiful. So we all went through emotional roller coasters of wanting this, getting this. It was satisfying, it tastes delicious, and we don't want to go back. So when somebody raises an idea that could be contrary to that feeling, we get uncomfortable. Even when they're being completely logical and fair. I'm talking about what Vach said was completely logical, and please go read them comments. You would think he slapped Pickens. And let me tell you something. I've been doing this enough to know that Vach absolutely does not want to get rid of Pickens. He's an offensive YouTuber. He's an offensive minded YouTuber. He loves offense. I'm a defensive YouTuber. Trust me, Vach does not want to get rid of Pickens. But if he's throwing out an idea that, like, wait, we got to stay open, y'all. We can't just close the door to opportunity. We just can't go to David with a blank check and be like, hey man, we just like Pickens so much. Shit, whatever you say, we're gonna write the check. You're a damn fool.
No, God! No! Oh, hell no!
No, I want Jerry and them to come to David like, listen, bro, we can handle this with some class, or we can get gangster. I want Pickens, but you're not finna bend me over. Period.
Pretty Tony. I mean, you know the rules of the game. I mean, your bitch just chose me. Now we can settle this like you got some class, so we can get into some gangster shit.
You shade tree nigga.
Hey man, that's a classic movie, man. Listen, if y'all don't know, if y'all don't really understand that movie, listen, that ain't my fault. You gotta be of a certain era to understand the movie The Mac. That boy say, we can handle this like we got some class. See, we gotta know, this is not always Jerry is the ass. Jerry, get it done. Shit. Sometimes you running, man. I'm not finna run Jerry to no wolf, boy. Jerry, just go in there and write the check. Damn it, man. All right, whatever. No, listen though.
Want him here, but I don't think the Cowboys are going to pay north of $35 million.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and you know, if the cap's 28 and it's 7.
See, we gonna have to talk about it. We gonna talk about real value and Pickens value. I'm gonna do a show on that.
$7 million less than maybe what you think the floor is for a contract. Could you see him playing a year out on the tag?
Now, I do want to say this. None of us should ever talk like they talk. Like how they talking, he's not worth. If he tries to do 35 or 40, that's the ballpark numbers. The real numbers is the cap hits. The cap hits is the real numbers that affect your team. See, a lot of people still mad about Micah. Micah wasn't worth $46 million. Go look at the cap hits on Micah. The cap hits on Michael is super low. Super low. You won't get no significant cap hit on Micah until 2 years from now. So I ain't gonna get into that. But I just want us to get out of kind of like the generic talk. We got to start talking real specific, or we'll get lost in the sauce.
No, I don't see any way where this ends up with him playing on the tag. He's either getting a long-term deal here with Dallas or he's traded.
Yeah, I don't think Mulliget's ever had a client play on the tag.
Now, that shit, I ain't never heard that. See, that's letting you know we in dangerous waters. Listen, y'all, if what Eric Chiafalo said is true, listen, y'all, I told you I don't do midday shows unless it's serious. People that been following me for a while know that. People, if you see me just pop up in the morning just for some reason, or pop up at 1 o'clock, something done happened. Let me research to what I'm gonna do a little search real quick. I'm gonna double check that. I'm not saying they lying. I just want to double check. And I trust. I verify. I always do that. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna just do a little quick search. Google search, Chat GPT, just quick. All right, hold on. David. Has David Mulugeta ever had? Hold on, let me make sure I spell his name right. He got one of them kind of strong ass names. Mulugeta. You know better than fuck with him. Dude's name is Mulugeta. Has David Mulugeta ever had one of his players actually play on any franchise tag? Okay. So when I look into the details, this is what ChatGPT just said. It said there isn't any clear documented case of what I asked David Mulugeta. He said, here's what the available information includes. T. Higgins was franchise tag while represented by Mulugeta, but he didn't finish that tag season with him as agent. Yeah. So Higgins was tagged by Cincinnati Bengals and did not play on the franchise tag in 2024 while Mulugeta was his agent. So technically T. Higgins as a client of his did not play on the tag. Okay, hold on real quick. I'm seeing something different. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm researching this. I'm doing this live, y'all. So yeah, I should have did it before the show. Okay, so number 2 says some of Mulugeta's clients face franchise. Let me just share my screen. Let me just share my screen. All right, so y'all can see I went to ChatGPT on this. All right, it's a real good resource because they also show you sources. You know what I'm saying? Just some free game. So number 2, it says, so other Mulugeta clients face franchise tag situations but didn't actually play on the tag, which is what Eric was saying. Ongoing talk. Okay. So the fact pattern so far is T. Higgins played on a franchise tag as a Mulugeta client at least for part of the tag year. So let me go look at this real quick because they got it sourced. Man, you know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I'm showing y'all how I be digging in, bro. This is your boy digging. I dig in like this, brother. All right, hold on real quick. All right, here we go. Okay, hold on. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna have to dig into that some more. But let me listen to Eric. Okay, I'm gonna just listen to Eric, and then I'm gonna research it after.
Okay, all right. So this is heading for a holdout, you think?
Yeah, I mean, and he's generally, like, even with his rookie contract, guys, like, they don't even play on the 5th-year option. Like, he gets them a long-term deal before they even play on that.
And when you're starting the relationship with an agent and a player, they go through these scenarios because I don't think Mulugeta wants players that he's representing. He's got his choice, right, because of how much demand he's in.
Yeah.
I want players who are willing to stand and get the absolute most that we can, and that would,
Somebody say, just got her, boss. What am I missing? Man, so I'm gonna give you real quick. That boy Bryan Broaddus came out and said exactly what I said, that Jerry Nen was basically putting chum in the water or bait out there to try to get teams interested, on George Pickens. That's what they was doing this weekend at the Super Bowl. See, a lot of people thought it was cap. It's not cap. And also, you want Jerry to do this. You do. Like, you might not like how he did it. I don't like that he did it publicly, but you do, even if it's privately, want Jerry to have some options. You do. You can't go up to David empty-handed. You got to have some leverage points. You got to have, listen, I mean, just like I keep playing that clip, we can handle this like some gentlemen, like we got some class, or we can get gangster. Jerry has to be like that. As much as we love Pickens, he got to protect the franchise against an agent that's trying to do too much.
Seemingly lead you down a path of, because Mulligetta will say, I want what the client wants. But if you can take almost any player in the league and represent him, or at least a big portion of the stars, I want players who are going to stand with me strong to extract that added 25 or 30% if we're tough and we're willing to hold out. I didn't know that, though. Mulligetta has never had a player that has played on the tag. That's something. We go to Joseph Hoyt Morning News. Posted last night 5 things the Cowboys must do to become contenders.
Yeah, that's a whole nother subject. So basically, I just wanted to make sure that with all the receipts that I had, this would have been a very long video. I just figured it'd be best for me to go live, right? This is something we got to keep our eye on, right? I would also say this too, okay? Let's try to be cool, and let's also remember who we dealing with. Because I'm looking at some of the comments and I'm seeing when we say, or when Lou say, or when Voss say, hey man, we should be open. We should be open for talks. I was seeing some accusations, and I'm not honestly cool with that. I haven't seen no kind of compromise in Vach. I haven't seen no tap dancing ass shit. Nope. So I'm not going to allow people to do that to him, me, Lou, and other people that might think different. If Pickens is, your pet cat, I have no problem with that. Recognizing the value of Pickens, he's exponentially valued. We all get that. At the same time, I want everybody to remember who was standing against the crowd in the offseason. I want y'all to go back and look at this show where it was the OC, Vach, and Lou, and myself, right? Remember, during that time, everybody in the world wanted a weapon at 12 for the most part. If you even hinted for Booker at 12, you was ostracized. You was painted as crazy, weirdo, not for the team. But the same people that was pushing for Booker, how did that play out? Like, for real. Now, and we got to understand, when we take stances, that's not an easy stance. When you hear Voss say, be open. I would be open. Shoot. What if somebody blow you out the water? What if somebody offer you Crosby and a 1? You getting a 1 and Crosby? Hey, wait. But then it's all kind of accusations of his character. Whoa, what we doing? It's accusations of Lou's character because he said last night when we was doing the show, hey bro, man, I'd rather us build that defense. If it come down to limited resources, If it did, now I know we can pull switches and all that kind of stuff. But see, every time we play the switch game, we never really complete the game by looking down the line at the consequences of the switches. We just play to free it up, and then we call front office liars because they can free up, but we never look at the consequences and team consequences of triggers. We just pull the triggers, we do it every year too. We should pull the trigger, do this, restructure this, cut this. All right. Nah, if we go get deep, let's get deep. Let's see Michael Gehlken. See, this is why I respected Michael Gehlken. When Michael Gehlken did his, he predicted that it was going to be some confusion with Michael Parsons. He said it way before it happened. And this is why he said it. He did a 5-year projection and showed that previous triggers was coming back to hunt us. Man, listen, Tyrone Church. Hey, listen, I ain't do it. No. Man, Tyrone, bro, I don't know how we gonna do it, but some kind of way, me and you gotta have some lunch, some dinner, some drinks, something, bro. Me and you, bro, like every now and then, me and you see things different. But for the most part, me and you, dog. He say, low key, boss, you make me like Henderson. Bro, his film did. Yeah. His film did. Like, we did a film breakdown yesterday, bro. And we gonna be doing one every day. My goal is to do a film breakdown every day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother discussion. Like, and I'm gonna get into that too, because once I do my film work, I start making declarations. Like, bitch, I saw the film, ho. You ain't gonna be able to try to talk me into this or that. No, I have real eyes where I made true comparisons between the two, and I could tell you which one probably make more sense to me based on what we trying to do with that. Because the whole goal is you kind of got me on a tangent now. You shouldn't have did that, Tyrone Church. I'm gonna get back to what I was saying. But the whole goal of everything we talking about is basically being aggressive about Dak. That's what this whole thing is about. This is all about what's the smartest and best way to take care of the limited window that we probably have left with Dak. Because Daks don't grow on trees. It's way more receivers that grow on trees than Daks. It's a real long track record of being able to find wide receiver tools, especially when you disciple them under number ones. It's a way longer track record, and I mean very good track record of if you put. So I ain't in no panic about receivers, especially when we have an existing number one receiver that's already enumerated or paid. I'm on the panic train. I'm just being honest, bro. I've done too much research on it, bro. Like, just think about, I've been looking at this for now over 8 years in detail, but I'm supposed to panic when it's time for us to get tested. It's like, nah, bro. It's too long of a history on this. So let me go back and let me show y'all, to me, what Vach was talking about with the plan, right? So let's say we are open, right? And we say, okay, listen, David Mulligetta is being too much of a weirdo, or Jerry. Let's just say both of them being weird. Let's just say that. Let's just say both of them getting weird for whatever reason, right? Jerry ain't want to talk. David is asking for too much. Let's just say we in a obvious divorce that's coming. How can we get out of this? How can we win from this? You have to think that. This is where Botch is not wrong. This is why you have to be open for trade discussions. Because what if they are not just getting their shit together? David or Jerry. Let's not blame either one. Let's blame both. So then we go back to the plan that Botch said, right? And let's say you get you a crazy ass, dope ass offer. And you get Crosby, player for player, and a pick. Or, shit, that's almost too good to be true. Let's just do it like this. Let's just say, instead of getting Crosby and a 1, let's just say you go player for player swap, right? So you got Crosby, you gave up Pickens. So you know they go quarterback with their first pick, and now they also got their number 1. They feeling excited. They feeling like they got the quarterback and they got their number 1. We feeling like we got what we need. We got us some defense. He feel like he on a contender team. Everybody happy as fuck, right? Now, what we gonna do about wide receiver 2? Okay, what are we gonna do about wide receiver 2? Well, it goes back to what we said. The chances of you being able to successfully transition a number 2 into your organization goes way up when you put them under an existing number 1. I showed you all kind of history on that. So, and there are teams that have done it consecutively without missing a beat. If you look at Green Bay, they have done it consecutively without missing a beat. Not one. I'm talking about some teams have done it for almost 15 years straight without missing one beat on acquiring a new number 1. That's how. Go look at the history of Green Bay and transitioning their receivers and tell me they're not using a disciple model. Tell me even about your Dallas Cowboy history and using a disciple model of going to draft a receiver and putting them under existing number 1. That works, y'all. Period. So I'm not finna sit up here and panic because we have to be open and should be open for what's best for our Dallas Cowboys. I'm not in love with Pickens like that. And none of us should be. We should be open for what's best for the squad. Period. And that does not mean he's not exponentially dope. He is. He is super dope. So what would be the plan? All right. So if I'm looking at the plan, what will we do? What should we do? Well, if you go to CBS and you look, you can get right now a glimpse of who likely go probably be your first round receivers. They haven't run their 40s. They haven't done their pro days. It's still some things that's going to be up and down. It's going to be some risers. It's going to be some fallers, all that kind of stuff, right? We get that. So you can start kind of using this as a benchmark as we're researching who could be our number 2. Because if we go on with Botch's scenario, right, of a pick for pick type of scenario, a Crosby swap, player swap, right? Now you still got your picks though. Hear me out. Voch was trying to tell you. He was trying to tell you y'all wasn't listening. You got to listen. Now you got a player for player, right? You got your pick still. Now you can go target your number 2. Now you can go target your number 2. Now, and history shows if we do it this way, you go get a first round receiver and you go have 5 years of the rights with a 95% chance of success. Just like I showed y'all, it's a long history of this working exponentially well. I'm not gonna panic over this. So then if I go look at some of the people like Jordan Tyson, right? You know, somebody that's being rumored as a potential first round talent. What about Cornell Tate? Or what about Michael Lemon? Different people that can come in as your number 2. Would they be Pickens? Likely no. Right? Would they be dope as hell? Likely yes. Why? Because they won't have the pressure to be the number 1. They won't come in as the hero. They will come in instead of having people and your number 1 corner having to guard them, which usually destroys confidence. Now they going against the nickels. They going against the number 2 corner. And they will likely have the same success rate that we've seen around the league. So why would I panic? I'm not panicking. Nor honestly should we. Does this mean that Pickens is not dope? He dope as fuck. We get that. But if I can get an uptick on my defense, still get wide receiver 2, and keep my picks, I shouldn't be open for that. I should just, hey, David, you like booty? I'm finna give it to you for free. See, that's what some of y'all want to do. Hey man, Jared just need to go in there and write the check. Right? Fuck that, hey, bro. Come on now. No. And this does not mean we don't appreciate Pickens, bro. I'm not in. Listen, bro. This is the best way to say it. I'm gonna get out of here. We all loved Herschel Walker, but Emmett worked out fine. Ooh, let me clap it up for myself. Oh man, I'm gonna clap it up for me. See, Herschel Walker was dope, and the fans was mad as hell when we got rid of him. But you got another running back instead with more. That's very possible with this plan. I'm talking about this is not impossible. So for all the people that the Jerry boss is just talking, this is cap. We need to keep anybody that's talking about trading Pickens need to shut up. We're going backwards. No, not necessarily, brother. Not necessarily. Your team could actually be getting way better, dog. And there's a proven road that many teams have walked. It's a proven road that many teams have. You've seen the road of gold, sir. You've seen it. You've seen it walked on your own team. You've seen your own team get a wide receiver named Dez Bryant, put him under Miles Austin, and flourish into a dope number one. You saw CeeDee Lamb come under another number one and flourish into the new number one. But now we're scared? Nah, bruh. Nah. I like the plan. I like the openness. And let me just be honest with everybody. Some people go lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Jerry cannot walk in against David with no leverage. Period. So I just want to make sure, man, I gave y'all this based on what Bryan Broaddus was saying. I think he said it just exactly how I said it when they announced it. I said, this is likely Jerry and them throwing charm in the water. He already showed that he does that. He negotiates through the media. This is an example of that. He's trying to get his phone to ring. That's how he does business. He's very clear on that's how he does business. So I'm not surprised that he's doing what he's doing. And actually within this one, this is not, I don't like that he did it in the public, but I'm not mad that he's actually trying to drum up his own leverage against David. It's the right thing to do. Listen.
What about adding something through a trade? What possibility would that be?
Right about draft.
Hold on real quick. He say, y'all cry about CD help and now Dak, y'all open a trade talk. You must have missed the whole show, bro. I'm going to ask you to rewind it and then you'll feel better. But because I care about you, bro, I'm going to address you. You should also be open for trade talk, sir. He said, y'all cry about CD help and Dak. Now y'all open for trade talk. Fuck yeah, I'm open for trade talk. You should be too. You should be open for trade talk. Because if we go with your plan, I don't even want to even have a discussion to talk about trade. Well, what you're doing is you're walking Jerry into the wolf's mouth, sir. Because Jerry has no counter with your plan, sir. What's Jerry's counter to your plan? But if you do have trade talks and you have offers from other teams, if David try to push and get too aggressive on Jerry, now Jerry got to push back. Now he can say, shit, bro, listen, bro, you're not finna just try to finesse my team, man. We love George Pickens, but you trying to ask for $45 million? Fuck you, man. I tell you what, I'm going to send his ass to the Raiders. We go take Crosby and tell your ass, get out of here. See, that's why, man, listen, y'all, we got to be grown men on this stuff. This can't be about falling in love with no player to where we over here like, I don't even want to have the discussions of a trade. Yeah, fuck yes, you do, sir. Yes, you do. You want the trade talk. Does that mean we trying to burn Pickens? No. But we trying to give cover to our own team, sir. So, and I showed you a plan. I presented a whole plan and a good plan, a thorough plan that I've been studying for 8 years on how to replace Pickens. Not necessarily with 100% of his production, way good enough of his production. So go rewind it and you will see that I made a very clear, concise case about how and a proper way, if you was to do this, how to do this. Let's get out of our emotions, Cowboy Nation. We need to really think about this stuff and stop attacking people that's actually trying to do right by your team. I was honestly so disappointed at all the people that went at Vach because he said what was smart and common sense. When did we become a people that hate common sense? When did it become cool to where when somebody say, "Hey, shit, man, you might get a boatload. Let's be open to at least discussions." Why are we? You know why we like that? Because we are honestly too in love with Pickens and players. We got to be able to stop and really hear out the case. And that was a damn good case. And it's true. So we need more people speaking like Vach and me and Lou and Bryan Broaddus on this. We need more people saying, listen, yes, we want to deal with Pickens. Absolutely we do. But we not gonna let David bend over the team so he can put a super stamp on his resume. Look, I bent over Jerry. Oh shit. You know the average receiver only gets about 1 million over. I bent his ass over for 46 million. And this is real. And I can't fight this. This part, this right here. When y'all fair, I'm fair. When y'all fair, I love this comment because this is fair. I can't fight when y'all fair. My boy said, you got a plan, but damn, front office scares me. I can't fight you on that, bro. That part right there, I have no retort. We've done some weird things, bro. So, Dennis, I can't fight you on that. This is let's be honest, there's some risk in my plan. It's risking, period. It's risk. Like, you could get the pick wrong. Your wide receiver 2 could be trash. It could be Matthew Golden. I ain't saying he trash, but shit, I told y'all he was overrated, and now y'all see. You should see. Hell yeah. So, but it's risk, 5% is not 100%. It's a 95% chance it's gonna work, but shit, you could be that 5% that strike out too. The disciple model works great. It does. It's a lot of teams that have consecutively done it without a hitch, hasn't missed a beat, but still, it's still a chance. I'm gonna be honest with that. So at the same time, I'm just trying to give everybody the full focus, the full scenario of how this thing can play out and what's the best, to me, best way for this to play out. I don't want us to be a Cowboy Nation like what my boy Tyrone Church said, where we so in love with weapons and we so in love with finesse that we not thinking about the big picture of building a team. And I do honestly fear we're finesse. I'm gonna say that to your face. Matter of fact, I know we finesse. We're a finesse ass team. We finesse as fans. We finesse. We're very finesse. This is why over the offseason it was, we need weapons! We need weapons! And then when we was talking about guard, everybody was like, guard? Give me... A majority of fans, Dallas Cowboy fans, would have took Matthew Golden over Booker, and y'all would have been wrong as fuck. But the people that was telling y'all, no. We was telling y'all the whole time. We never blinked on it. None of us. All of us said together, Booker is a better pick than Matthew Golden, clearly. And we all took heat for it. It all worked out better too. We took heat for that. Because we didn't want to go with the finesse ass plan. Finesse. Soft ass plan. Soft. Your head coach the whole time was talking about that games are won in the trenches, and we over here, wide receiver 2, wide receiver 2, wide receiver 2. I'm like, why we talking like that? Didn't you hear your head coach? He told you that trenches. So Booker, the fuck we talking about? It's not even hard. Well, are we being little baby Jerry's where we override the head coach? See, we hate when Jerry do it. Jerry, why do you always try to override your head coach? Nobody has been more specific than Shotty. Shotty has always been very specific on his visions. We don't give a damn. We still try to force finesse on him. We finesse as fuck, bro. We are. We just watched a whole defensive Super Bowl and we still over here. Wide receiver 2. I don't even want to talk about a trade. I don't even want to hear it. What? No, bro. No. It's finesse, bro. It's finesse. It's a finesse mentality, bro. And I'm gonna be all the way honest too. A lot of Cowboy fans want to be the Bengals, bro. That's what y'all want. Yeah, if I really listen to what y'all want to be the goddamn Bengals, bro. That's what you want. You want exciting, fun losses. That's what you want. You want these high-powered, dope, explosive. Boy, your offense is scoring 55 points, but you're losing 56-55. See, that's what we want. We want to be the Bengals. We want Chase. We want T. Higgins. We want a running back. We want good. But let somebody say, hey, wait. What if we had Crosby for Pickens? What if we got the Eder pick? Oh no, I don't even want to talk about that. Let's not even talk. That's finesse, y'all. That is fucking finesse. And I'm just honest enough to tell you to your finesse. That's a finesse mentality. You literally don't watch defense win. You watch two. I'm talking about both quarterbacks was bad. Both was ass juice. Hold on, I got a button. Fart with some boo-boo juice with some snot. That's what the quarterback play was in the Super Bowl. Clearly defense, and we got the nerve to call out people for saying we open to have a discussion. What are we doing, Cowboy Nation? Like, real talk. And somebody got to be honest with you, man. I'm not finna do all this tap dancing and glazing and sucking up to you because you want finesse. Nope. Nah. I'm too much of a man for that. I'm gonna look you dead in your eye and say that's a finesse ass plan, brother. I'm definitely cool with keeping Pickens, but I definitely yeah, I already know Cover Sis. See, Cover Sis, this is why you my dog, bro. Cover Sis, I fuck with you, bro. But what Cover Sis ain't. And see, I already know it's like this. He said, not gonna lie, boss. Greatest show on turf 2.0 would be live. It would. But we gotta pull ourselves back and think about what's best for the whole squad. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying is that we gotta pause and really, to me, look at this, because it would, but common sense. You feel what I'm saying, bro? That's what we really low key lobbying for. We low key lobbying for the Bengals, bro. We want all that offense, man. It's already 70% of your cap is already allocated towards your offense, and it's been that way since the days of Romo, bro. At one point, do you start saying maybe we need to be a little bit more even? Maybe we need to stop instead of getting muscle spasms when it's time to pay Micah. Because when it comes to paying offense, Tyler Smith, sign him. Zeke, do it. Quarterback, fuck it. CeeDee Lamb, hell yeah. Shit, even Ferg coming off a concussion. Why not? Sign him. Shit, a tag. Let's just tag Schultz. $11 million out the door. Fuck it. Sure. This is what offense get. Hey, man, what about Pollard? He coming off a broken ankle? Shit, that sells tickets. Do it. Bring Gilmore back? Oh no. Should we make Tank an offer? No. Send him on. Micah? Nah. We good. We'll trade him. Nah, bro. Nah. At some point, we gotta say, wait. This got a smell to it. This has an entertainment smell. Yeah, my boy Lou say finesse and claiming the 90s rings. Right. It's finesse, bro. We want to be the Bengals so damn bad. I think Lou said it best. Yesterday. It's like, bro, we just trying to get to work. Cause you already got a Lamborghini and CeeDee Lamb. We just trying to get to work, bro. A wide receiver too. Sometimes you got to say we might have too much allocated over there, bro. There's nothing wrong with asking that question. It's really not. So I want to give y'all the real on this. This conversation is gonna continue. It's not gonna stop. It's gonna be ongoing. But I'm putting my foot in the sand on where I stand. I want us to do what's smart. I want us to be open. I don't want us to close our minds to no ideas. I also want to be very clear that Jerry needs leverage against David. And I want to also give us a fair warning, just with each other, period. I want us to give us a fair warning that we are officially in the off season. And it's a reason why it's called a war room, because we all get very passionate about what we believe. It's a lot of people that's very passionate about how it's absolutely necessary to keep Pickens. So hearing this type of show makes you feel angry because you're hearing other people that's like, oh, I ain't tripping like that, right? And if you're passionate about it, it's gonna upset you. What I really suggest we do is that be openly, treat this like court. Like treat this to where I don't think I'm wrong, but I'm open to be wrong. So just think about what happened when we was, debating trenches versus weapons, right? It was a lot of emotion. It was. Landlord literally came on the day of the draft, right after the pick, and said, and pointed his finger in our face. Yeah. He said, but if y'all get this wrong, I'm going to be on y'all ass. That's exactly what. Yeah. And I understood it because he was bought in to team weapons. He was bought in. So, but it worked out. It did. So, and the specific plan that we talked about worked out. Me and Lou said 1,000 times, you do not necessarily have to draft as your single answer to solving wide receiver 2. Me and Lou was saying that the entire debate. We kept saying, bro, you can get wide receiver 2 without having to draft it, bro. You can go into free agency and you can go spend. And that's what we ended up doing. I said, let's go with the best player, Booker, and then let's keep working on wide receiver 2. And that's what we did. As soon as the draft was over with, me and Lou immediately started doing content on potential wide receiver 2s. And Pickens was one. So I'm just letting everybody know we're in the off season, y'all. In the off season, we all get passionate. But I don't want to go to no more comments and see people calling out people for being smart. I don't want that type of shit in the off season. When somebody putting some good ideas out there, like how the hell did anybody get mad at an idea of a 1-for-1 swap and getting a pick with Crosby? And then people all over Vot's comments was like, well, I can't believe you're open to trade, Vot. I'm like, bro, did you, what? Wait, hey, if you had a draft board, who would you have over who? Keep it real. If you had a draft board, who would you have over who? Would you have Crosby or Pickens? Some of you liars go say Pickens. You're a damn lie. You're a damn lie. if you had a real draft board and he didn't have that star on his helmet, you would pick Crosby a fucking 100 times. You liar. You damn liar. So if we treat this like the draft and we had the exact same scenario that Voss said, where you got a player for player, Crosby with Pickens, and potentially got a pick, bro, you take that and shut the fuck up quick. So it's your boy Boss Show Me, man. Bringing you another one, man. Y'all know me, man.
Another one.
Y'all know my midday shows be full of energy. But I stand on it. I believe everything I'm saying. Until the next live, until the next video, make sure y'all do y'all boy a favor too. Wait. I gotta answer this question. I was finna get out of here. This gonna hurt you, bro, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't gonna never lie to none of y'all. My boy Willie, you stopped me in my tracks with this. So he said, "Boss, do you think Jerry about to sell us on Florida or Mingo being a number 2? First of all, to be all the way honest, it's not even selling you, because you should know that Florida should be able to be a capable number 2. We need to know the difference between a number 2 and a number 1. That's the real issue. See, Pickens is a number 1. Florida is a number 2. So it's not even a sale. Florida would be a dope number 2 based on what I saw. And I'm going to do a film breakdown on him too. I'm going to do a whole film breakdown. Because see, when you thinking number 2, that's not Pickens. Pickens is a 1A, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Pickens is a Lamborghini, bro. When you say wide receiver 2, you thinking gets the job done, wins his matchup, right? You're not thinking go to. You thinking, when you really thinking wide receiver 2, what you really thinking is my second progression, not my first progression. Like low key, Pickens became low key where he should have been the first read. So let me show you something else too, Willie. I'm gonna show you something that's gonna hurt you just a little bit. It's gonna hurt, but it's true. Listen.
On this list, how about Flanoy? Could he take it up another notch?
I mean, I think he has broken out. I mean, I think another notch would be, if Pickens isn't here, is he the wide receiver 2? And I think he's capable.
Capable of wide receiver 2.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a talent.
Yeah, I think so too. I think.
Yeah. See, listen. Yeah. And see, you say, I don't think you have to sell what should be already kind of understood. I think he good enough to be wide receiver 2. I think the film said that. I think he stepped up. I feel confident. So, like, put it like this. Terrence Williams was your number 2 with Dez. Did y'all hate that? I'm gonna turn off the music and ask. I'm gonna ask that. I'm gonna put the camera on me. In 2014, Terrence Williams was your number 2. Did y'all hate that? Or did you like that? You liked it. We won 10 games with it in a row. Nobody was saying, we need to get somebody else. Nobody was saying that. The 2014 team was built on the running game, Dez, Romo, offensive line. So, when we saying wide receiver 2, let's make sure we know what we saying. Wide receiver 2 is somebody like Flournoy. And I'm just being honest with y'all. Some people go lie to y'all. Some people go try to pander to y'all because it's popular to be George Pickens. Just give up the farm for him. But I'd rather have a complete team, a defense, a running game, and Flournoy is my number 2. Versus being the Bengals. I mean that. I don't want to be the Bengals. Your boy about show me. Bring you another one. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure you share the video. Because a lot of people not going to step out like this. It's not popular to say what I'm saying. But y'all should know by now, I don't do that. It was not popular to go with Booker either. Just remember the people who was riding with Booker though. Remember the people that was pushing Matthew Golden. Just remember that. Sometimes when certain people going against the grain, they really being loyal. Remember that. And you'll know who to trust. Boy About Show Me is out. Appreciate y'all greatly, man.